Let's do this. Hello and welcome back to WillSays. My name is Will and I'm going to be saying some stuff today, so let's go on a journey. Today I'm going to be talking about how I got into K-pop or Korean pop music, specifically before the year 2007. So it was Christmas 2004 and my best friend at the time, she had bought me two J-pop albums. One was Namiyamuro and the other one was Boa. And they were actually both just Chinese bootlegs, but I was so excited because J-pop was hard to find. Actually, I'm gonna put a little timestamp or time card or whatever you call that thing, that little thing up there, for my how I got into J-pop video. The Boa album, we both thought it was J-pop, and when I started listening to it, I realized it sounds different. I'm not sure what it is, but something about it doesn't sound like Japanese. Not that I knew that much anyway back then because I was a little weeb. What I did know was that the writing in the album looked a little different. The kanji looked a little bit more linear and there were all these circles. So I was like, wait, I don't think this is Japanese. So if you have watched my last video, you will know I went through a hellish year with no computer. So I had to do any of my research back then in the actual school computer. So I went into the school computer and I looked it up and I found out that Boa was actually a Korean pop star who had Japanese albums as well. So once I found out that Boa's album was actually a Korean album and not a Japanese album, I just had to do more research. And thankfully, that was around the time that my mom actually bought me a new computer and I had internet again, given it was dial-up. But still, it was better than nothing. And so I went and I did some research. So actually, when I got into K-pop, I didn't tell my family that it was in Korean. I just let them believe that it was also Japanese pop music. They didn't know the difference, to be honest. And since they had already acted a little weird when it came to J-pop, I thought, I don't want to also have a whole thing happen when I tell them I'm listening to Korean pop music. So I just had them believe that I was still listening to just Japanese pop music. I first stumbled upon Baby Vox. They were this 5-member girl group. They were kind of like the Spice Girls of South Korea. At least that's what they were kind of marketed as when they first started. They even had a girl that was sporty and a girl that was baby. But also, I'm baby. And I just fell in love with them, to be honest. They had such good songs and amazing music videos. If you haven't heard of Baby Box, I really suggest looking them up right here on YouTube because they have some bops and you're gonna thank me for that. Also, if you already know Baby Box, comment below which one is your favorite song by them. My favorite song by them is probably Doll, but I think Why is also a really good song. So I'm probably going to be mispronouncing some names because I don't speak Korean, but I stumbled upon Lee Young-yeon, Lee Hyori, Chae Yeon, a boy group named Shinhwa. All had amazing songs. But really what really grabbed me was this trans pop star by the name of Harisu. For those of you who don't know, Harisu is a transsexual pop star from South Korea from the late 90s and early 2000s. Harisu is iconic. She is a goddess. She is the original LGBT queen. Remember when Sunmi was the LGBT queen? LGBT. Well, Harisu was the original LGBT queen. K-pop definitely had a different feel back then, especially if you listen to singers like Jung-hwa, like a 90s techno. Some of the songs felt a little sad, almost like techno sad. If you listen to Poison by Jung-hwa, you'll know what I mean. By the way, if you don't know who Jung-hwa is, maybe because I'm actually saying the name wrong, because my Korean is really bad, I suggest you look her up because, to be honest, she's probably the original K-pop queen. She has so many good songs. She's beautiful and she has some amazing music videos. So once I started finding out about some more K-pop artists, I started to realize that some of these faces look a little familiar. I had seen them already while looking for Japanese pop music. And it was because a lot of them already had Japanese albums. I just didn't know that they were actually Korean. So in the same way that the Latin thing was popular in the States in the early 2000s, the Korean or Hallyu wave splashed across Asia in the early 2000s with K-dramas, K-movies, and of course K-pop. So by the summer of 2007, I was already really into K-pop and I already had a good list of singers that I was really into. That was the summer that Girls' Generation, Kara, Wonder Girls all debuted. There was also this group called Cats with a song called Baby Cats. Maybe it was the other way around. But anyway, they were not around for very long. But the song was kind of cute. And that was the summer that I believe K-pop really changed the game. So I am stopping at 2007 because I feel like a lot of K-pop videos usually start at 2007. They usually start by talking about Wonder Girl and Girl Generation and Kara, 21, 4 Minute. And for K-pop as well as J-pop, what really attracted me was how colorful the fashion and the music videos were. So in conclusion, I got into K-pop as an accident. My dear best friend from high school bought me this amazing album that opened the doors for me to get into K-pop. And after that, the rest is history. The rest is really just me Googling, Yahooing, and just LimeWiring still a little bit. Any kind of K-pop that I could find back then. And I am so glad that things are much easier now for the younger generation of K-pop lovers, because back then it was rough. We had to use LimeWire, Blogspot, LiveJournal, we had dial-up internet, and it was just a lot more difficult to find K-pop. Now you can go on YouTube and discover any kind of K-pop artist. I love the fact that things have gotten so much easier and more accessible for people to get into different types of music. So leave a comment down below who are some of your favorite K-pop artists, and you get brownie points if you mention any of them before the year 2007. So I hope you enjoyed this small little journey through K-pop before the year 2007 with me. I hope to be making some more of these, so leave a comment down below to see what other topics you would like me to do. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all those good things that will help the algorithm see me. And I will maybe catch you next time. Alright, see ya! I can't.